What's up, y'all? This is my first long-form video on YouTube, so I figured I'd kick my channel off with doing something fun. So I got these two sky-high BMX 12s in the back of my old 97 Dodge. And they do actually pretty good. They're running on a Tar Amps HD 3000 amp. And they hit pretty hard, honestly. But back here, if we go behind my toolbox, I've got two Audiobahn 12s. I think they're running like 400 watt max, 200 watt RMS. And we're going to see what those suckers can take running on that 3000 watt. Now, I know it's not a lot because, you know, I don't got the money to buy a big old 12,000 watt amp right now, and 3K is all I got. But we're going to have some fun and see how they sound and what they can take on this 3000 watt amp. But without further ado, I'm going to do a time lapse of me setting everything up. So I'm just going to run speaker wire out, and I'm going to have the box sitting right here just so, you know, I don't burn my truck down because, yeah, I don't want it to burn down. But they're not even screwed into the box, honestly. They're all, there's no screws in there. And so I got to wire them up. Probably going to wire them to like 1 ohm, maybe. We'll see what they can do on that. But yeah, so I'm not that good at editing, but I'm going to try and get like a cool montage or some music on it just to show me setting up the subwoofers, connecting them to the amp, and plus I got to move my toolbox and stuff. So here you go. Alright, so we got my amp pulled out from underneath the seat. This is what my wirings look like, honestly. It's terrible. All this power wire is probably tied up. And then we got my speaker wires coming down from here, tucked up underneath the seat, running through the crack. And then, I don't know if you can see right in between there. Yeah, you can't really see it, but right in between the two boxes is the wiring for this one, and then the wiring for that one's just on the other side. So I'll go ahead and finish setting everything up, and I'll get you back when it's ready to go. So I got to look up the wiring diagram. So I can, got to use one terminal. Since my amp is a monoblock, like a true monoblock, so it's only got positive, negative. And I could run speaker wire to both of them and run them both at 4 ohms, which they're already put at. But I'm going to look up a wiring diagram so I can just run one strand all the way out to sit right here, and then they'll both be connected to one terminal. So this is what the woofer's looking like. Honestly, I think Audiobahn was pretty cool. The blue and the flames, and then the mesh on the magnet here. And it's pretty cool, but the terminals I actually don't understand, because this is like one of them's positive, one of them's negative, so there's two, and then there's another one on the other side. So it's dual voice coil, I think, 4 ohms, yep, 400 watts max, like I said at the beginning of the video. But I'm going to look up a wiring diagram for these, just make sure they're all wired up right. Probably going to wire them to 2 ohms, actually, just to be a little safer. My amp can handle 1 ohm and above, so I'll get to doing that. So here's what I figured out. These are dual voice coil 4 ohm subs with terminals on each side. So, in theory, this is a positive and a negative lead from a terminal on one side of the other sub. And if I hook it to here, positive to positive, negative to negative, then this wire here, coming out of the other side of this subwoofer, should be producing 2 ohms. We'll give it a shot, and I'll pick it up if it works. So I've got my multimeter prepared right here, and I hooked the two wires up together. So now we're going to see. First, we got to figure out which one's positive. There's a very faint red color on one of the wires, so it is this one. Okay. Positive, negative. What am I getting? Still 4 ohms. We'll see what happens if we put these wires here and connect them together here, just to see if, having them in the same spot would make a difference. Alright, so we're back, and I just hooked those two together. I'm going to strip this real quick, and then we can see if it finally ended up being 2 ohms. Twist these wires up. My multimeter turned on to ohms. Touch. Now, when you're doing this, testing the ohms, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the one right here has a faint red color, and this one's white. But when you're testing for ohms, it doesn't really matter. You can touch black to red, or red to black, and it doesn't really matter. Or you can just do it the regular way. I like doing it the regular way just because it feels right. So, touch them together, and look at that. 1.6, 1.7 translates to about 2 ohms. So, now that that's right, we can put these up in the box and get them all hooked up, and then we can do some testing. What's up, dog? So this box is just a cheap Amazon box, and it's 2 sealed ports for each of the things. So there's a wall here, so I have to drill a hole in between the 2 walls so I can feed the wire that connects the 2 subs together. So I'll get a drill bit and a drill, and I'll get to drilling. All right, so we got a drill bit here. It should be just enough to get the 2 wires through without making too much of a big hole in between. So as you can see, came right through there, and we'll feed the wires through. So, but before we do that, we have to unhook these 2 wires from this sub. So these 2 will be the ones that we feed through that hole that I just drilled to go through it here, to come to this side, to go to this sub, and that way the wires from this sub can go to this terminal here. And then I'll put something there to block that off, or not, I don't really care. It acts as a port, and actually I might just take that one out so it can act as a port as well. But I'm going to continue with the time lapse showing me finishing mounting the subs in the box and get them all wired up, and I will catch you for sure this time when I'm ready to do some testing. Alright, y'all, so we're going to do one last final test. These are the speaker wires right here coming straight from the box, just to make sure they're for sure running at 2 ohms. Oh. There we go. 1.7. It's about 2 ohms, so ready to get them all wired up in the truck, and then finally some testing. Alright, so here's the setup. We got the subs outside the truck, all wired up into my amp right here. I'm going to flip the seat back. Any day now. That's probably good enough. So, jump in, start the truck up. See my radio here. We'll get started with something light. So let's go. They are moving. It's really hard to do it. harder song. There they are. They're moving a little bit. There's a lot of wind coming out of this little hole. They're not starting to stink yet. I don't have anything that can measure wattage, but we're gonna see just how much these things can take. I gotta close my door because this bug is really annoying.
That shit real talk.
Decent amount of movement from these things. Look at how far away you can feel this wind from the side port. You see that leaf moving all the way, can't even fit it in the frame, all the way from over there. Alright, let's find a different song. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and turn the subwoofer. It was at 0 and I turned it up too, but we're gonna go ahead and turn it up a little bit and see. We're gonna play it careful at first because my amp will clip very easily. Alright. Oh, dropped my phone. Damn. Guys, look at this. My amp is clipping before blowing these things up. There is so much air coming out of it. So much air. Goodness gracious. Turn this down a little bit and turn it up. No way. That's actually so crazy that these things are flipping my amp before blowing on these. That's actually so crazy. Look, you can see my cab lights dimming. The air coming out is quite warm. Oh, they're starting to stink. Put a grocery bag right in front. That was violent. That is just crazy. I cannot believe it. I thought for sure my little 3K is going to be able to do that. Okay. Little bit of clippage. I cannot believe it. Moving the box around. These might prove to be the most indestructible, maybe not the most indestructible. They might prove, you know, I feel like whistling diesel right now. Trying to break these things, but you know, it's failing because it don't work. Guys, I don't know what else to do. Like and subscribe so I can get monetized and buy a bigger amp so you can really see these things explode. But guys, let me know if you want to see a part 2. And also let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions as to what we could do to these things, man. I mean, they stink. They're starting to smell a little crispy, a little burnt, a little toasted. But they're still fine. The surround is fine. I mean, it is just crazy. They're warm, but like it's just crazy. Look, the surround is fine, minus a couple little scuffs that I did when I first got these. But I just cannot believe that 3,000 watts, almost 3,000 watts, because we did have them at 2 ohms, did not kill these things, man. So just let me know down in the comments if you got any suggestions, and I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 on these Audiobahn subs. If not, I'm gonna keep posting shorts on my normal setup back here at my 2 Sky High 12s. Those beauties back there. And on the road to get either an 8K or a 12K amp to really for sure blow these things. Catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe. See you later.